Imagine a world where every step you take, every breath you inhale, could be your last, simply because of the color of your skin. What if the authorities not only condemned your actions but also attacked your body in ways you couldn't escape? A world where these tortures were not exceptions but everyday occurrences for generations. In this video, we'll expose 8 of the most brutal, shocking punishments inflicted on black people during the era of slavery, and the psychological scars that echo through history today. What would it be like to be broken down to nothing but an object of pain, humiliation, and suffering? Welcome to Histoveins. In this episode, we're going deep into the torturous history that is often glossed over in traditional textbooks. These punishments were not just physical, they were designed to erase identity, to strip away humanity, and to send a chilling message: your life has no value. It's easy to look at these punishments and say, this was history. But what if I told you the echoes of this cruelty are still felt today? What if I told you these methods of dehumanization were so extreme, they crossed every moral boundary and left scars on entire generations, leaving the world forever changed? Imagine your body being forced onto a sharp, pyramid-shaped seat. The point enters your most intimate, vulnerable parts, and you can feel your muscles and flesh tearing. Agonizing, suffocating. You are no longer a human, you are a broken, violated body, forced to endure a torment so disgusting it strips you of every ounce of dignity you had left. This wasn't just torture. This was about making someone feel like they had no worth, about stripping away the very idea of personal agency. They weren't just punished, they were broken, violated, and turned into a spectacle. The agony was relentless, and with every second, their humanity was chipped away. The thumbscrew was small, compact, and deceptively simple, but it caused excruciating pain. Just imagine your thumbs, the same hands that could have held your family, built your dreams, and fought for freedom, being crushed slowly until the bones broke. The device grinds into the soft tissue, slicing and cracking, forcing the victim to endure an unimaginable agony. The cruelty of this device was not in its complexity, it was in its simplicity. It crushed the soul, shattered hope, and destroyed the spirit. The excruciating pain inflicted on the victim wasn't just physical, it was a psychological assault that mocked any attempt at resistance. Now picture this, you've been captured, you've been stripped of everything, and then you're given a mask, not for protection, but for punishment. These masks suffocated their wearers, robbing them of their voice, their dignity, and their breath. The air was thick and suffocating, and every breath felt like a fight for life. You can't speak, you can't cry for help, you can't even eat or breathe properly. You are nothing but a tool for your captors. What does it say about a society that can take away your very right to speak? How low does humanity sink when it can silence someone so completely, making them less than human? Can you imagine wearing a collar that weighed you down so heavily that you couldn't even sleep at night? The pressure on your neck was constant, suffocating, and relentless. Every step you took was a reminder that you were less than human. A heavy, cruel reminder. The neck collar wasn't just about physical pain, it was a constant reminder of where you stood in the system. You were a property, nothing more. And yet, even with this collar around their necks, many resisted. They fought back, finding ways to escape, to hold on to their humanity. Even when every ounce of their body screamed in pain, their spirit remained unbroken. Then there's the wooden collar, designed for humiliation and to mark the person as an example. The rough, unforgiving wood dug into the skin, pressing against your throat. Making it impossible to breathe without pain, you were left with no dignity, no rest. Forced to work under the harshest conditions while the entire world saw you as a lesser being. The wooden collar wasn't just a punishment, it was a declaration. You are nothing, and you will be treated as such. The agony of humiliation. The unbearable weight of shame. It was designed to make you forget who you were. To erase you. Picture this. The crack of the whip echoes across the field, and you feel the sting, the searing pain as the lash cuts through your skin. It was more than just physical pain, it was a deliberate attempt to destroy everything that made you human. The strikes of the whip were brutal, and the aftermath left gaping wounds, raw and bleeding. The victim's flesh torn, ripped away, exposing the brutal reality of the system. How much pain can a person endure before they lose all sense of self? This wasn't just a physical wound, it was a psychological war, designed to crush the spirit and break the will to fight back. The blade was used not just to hurt but to mutilate. It wasn't just about causing death, it was about dragging out the suffering, making the victim endure a slow, agonizing demise. Dismemberment, castration, branding, these were acts meant to send a clear, terrifying message. You are nothing and your body is ours to destroy. What does it say about humanity when we reduce people to mere objects of pain, to be dismembered and destroyed without remorse? How can we allow such cruelty to exist without questioning the very nature of the system that enforces it? Perhaps the most horrific punishment was the public hanging, strung up by their ribs, their bodies swayed in the air, struggling for breath as their lives were taken from them slowly. The victims' cries were ignored, their suffering treated as a spectacle. This was not just execution, it was public humiliation. It was about sending a message, about instilling fear into everyone who dared to resist. What does it say about us as humans when we can turn someone's death into a public event? When we can stand by and watch as someone's life is slowly drained from their body, as if they were nothing more than an animal to be disposed of? What does it say about us as humans when we allow such unimaginable cruelty to be inflicted on another? These tortures weren't just acts of punishment, they were methods of dehumanization. They were designed to strip away the victim's identity, to make them feel as though they were nothing more than objects for pain. But here's the thing, despite all the pain, the fear, the dehumanization, these people fought back, they resisted, they survived. And their fight for freedom continues to inspire us today. So next time you think about history, ask yourself, how many limits did we cross? How far did we go to break these people? And how much longer can we continue to ignore the consequences of these actions? If this video has stirred something in you, if it has made you reflect on the darkness of the past, and the scars it has left on society, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with others.